Good evening everyone. Just let me know is my voice is clear. Then we can start the session. Clear. Thank you, Rogini Palanisamy. Thank you, Yashwanti Rajagopal. And good evening to all. Okay. Good evening, Kirtana. Good evening, Yashwanti Rajagopal. Good evening, Dr. Babita Prem. Good evening, Sundar Sajan. Let me come from the top. Good evening, Professor Bharatraj Singh. Welcome. Okay. Welcome to Pantech, Arpita Bhattacharya. Good evening, Surya Kumari. Good evening, sir. Jay Chandra Kannan. Good evening, sir. Good evening. Good evening, Manjulam. Manchima Setti, ma'am. Manchima Setti. Nitya Durez. Sir, good evening. Nagendra Kumar. Good evening, sir. Good evening, everyone. Okay. Good evening, Shyam Jain, sir. Good evening, sir. Bridge IT. Good evening. Bola Thakur. Good evening. Okay. Let's just wait a few minutes so that everyone join and we can start the session. Okay, let's start the session of day 4, AI driven business. Good evening everyone. Good evening Salikat Punamanda. Good evening Kanishka. Good evening Nisa Pranay Kumar. Good evening Daniel Prem. Good evening Manijar J. China Novich. Good evening everyone. Just let me know if there is any interference in the voice or in the video or anything. Just let me know, or if you have any feedback or to change anything, just let me know anytime. Okay. Good evening, Balajanu. Good evening. Okay. Good evening everyone. Good evening and namaste. Good evening, Ashmin Taj. Okay, so let's start the session. So our day 4 of AI driven business. So today, yesterday we all seen the things about the roles and permission and how to set them, all those things, and applications, all those things. We'll see today. We'll see the data sheet. We create the sheet or how to create the data so that the data can be useful in multiple fields when we want to use it in the CRM, customer relationship management, to be in a specific way so that it can be used in the CRM also, or the data can be also used in the the automations also. And we are going to create the set of rules so that the data can be processed in a specific manner, so the applications also easily make use of it. Okay, so that's our data sheet. So normally as we see in area, there are normalized sheets. So today what we are going to do is we are going to create a master data sheet, so which will have all those necessity things which will be needed in a business field, and all those particular or main fields which will be basically needed or most importantly for the growth of our business. That fields we are going to conclude, and what are the things we can add and all those things. Okay, so master data sheet we are going to create today. And so the goal is to build a centralized, flexible and automation ready lead sheet. Okay, so as I said earlier, the sheet we are creating, or the structure of the data we are creating, has to be in a manner so that in every other field or every other application or automation softwares where we will use the same data, it will be easily accessible, okay, or easily usable. Okay, when it comes to the AI tools or applications, there are some contradictions to it, so that we have to perform the or make these sheets in a specific manner so that it can be useful in more fields. Okay, so that's what I'm trying to show here. So in today's goal is to support in that data sheet support multiple job roles. Okay, sales, like that example, sales, marketing, interns, or HR, or any other campaigns related, what are the roles there in a specific business or any other business. We are gonna create the data so that it can expressed in a different rolled manner. Okay, so that's the first thing. And the second thing, which will be allows filtering and segmentation. The data we are going to create will allow filter and segmentation, so that anytime or anywhere we can filter the data and segment it or separate it or process it based on our interest. So that's the second thing we are going to do. And the third thing, can be synced with CRM and dashboard. As I said earlier, the data we are going to use it in the CRMs and automation. So the data has to be in a way so that it can be synced with CRM and dashboard. So there are specific elements that we need to make in a manner so that it can be used the CRMs and dashboards. And the last thing, which will be the automation friendly for Zapier and Make, the two application which we are gonna also see, and we are gonna make that master lead sheet in a way so that the data can be also accessible in the Zapier and Make application and all other applications, so like HubSpot or Airtable, like that. So today we'll make use of an let's see what are all the application and how to make use of it. Okay, so first let's create the master sheet, lead sheet. So why a master lead sheet is essential? So as I said earlier, to the we're gonna use the same sheet for everything. So that's the first thing I've shown here. So single source of truth. Okay, so it's gonna be the data which gonna be accessed by anyone and everyone in our get an example that if I am starting a business and running a business, this data, this master sheet is gonna be used by everyone working under me or everyone working in the company. Okay, so it's gonna be used by everyone, so it will be the single source of truth. Okay, so it has to be in a perfect manner, so there will be in the future there has to be no problem. Okay, so that's why this sheet is very important. Okay, so the data is very important in the business field, so this master sheet is gonna be concluded. Okay, so that's the first thing shown here. Everyone uses the same data, so single source of truth, SSOT. And the second role segmentation. So as I said earlier, we are gonna separate those data. So that's what the second thing here. So for the role segmentation also, the data has to be in a specified manner. So filter leads by job role. Okay, so the example we said like sales department, marketing department, or the HR department. The leads can be or has to be separated or segmented in a way. Can be separated. It has to be in a manner that it can be segmented or separated, so it will be used by everyone. Okay, so that's the second thing we are going to do. So it the master data we are going to create will have the property to segment the data by the role capacity. Okay, so if a job role if a salesperson need a specific data, it has to provide the specific data. It has to have the ability. So that's customer relationship management application. So it has to be in a manner where every specifics can be individualized or accessed. Okay, so that's the fourth thing, integration hub. So where we can connect the data, our master sheet data, to the CRMs and dashboards and email tools. Okay, sorry. Good evening Vishal, Excel Box. Good evening. So if you are now joining now, so we are going to create a master data. Okay, based on and the data has gonna have some abilities. Okay, so that's what we are going to do. So key columns in a multi-role lead sheet. So what are all the columns? We already seen that, so let's just go through it in a fast manner, and we go to the how to do those things, how to make get the ability, and how to make the master sheet have the ability. So these are the column names, as you seen earlier. In the previous classes we shown how the sheet gonna be. So here I mentioned the column names and the purpose and the example data. I'm just showcase some example data and the special setup. Okay, special setup means the ability. Okay, so these are all the ability we're gonna apply. So the first gonna be the lead ID, which we seen earlier, the unique identity of the the personal or the consumer, and the example data which can be started from L to some digits, or it can be username or anything. The lead ID. Here I've shown an example. Okay, depends on the business, we can have any example. Okay, though the special setup would be auto number formula. Okay, so we're gonna input that it's the number or the your lead ID gonna be in this format. So if it is only in this format, take the data. Okay, so or that you will not accept the data. So like that we are gonna input the process. So and the next thing will be the name. So it's the simple name, name of a person, as an example Priya Sen, and the title case. Okay, so it's gonna be in a fully capital manner like that. So the email, which is gonna be the email address of the consumer or the company, like that. And she and Kani, good evening. So as an example I've given here the example of an mail ID. It can be anything, and it will be helpful for the email validation. Okay, so we can verify it is a real person or not. Okay, like that. And the phone number, which will be the phone number of our contact. So the contact number, and given an example, and it will include a country code if our business is in a multinational, or based on export or import like that. So if it is in that manner, so we'll include the country code. Okay, so these are all the. So as we seen earlier, that's going to be job role, which will interest in the target role. Okay, so if personal, when in my case, okay, so I said a clothing business. So if a lead is coming and that lead has to be assigned to the sales intern, so it will assign to the sales intern like that. So target role, so what is the case of the role, and the special setup, so we are going to have it as a drop down list. So there will be options where the data has to be separated, and based on the data, if this leads unique data will be sent to the salesperson, or will be sent to the marketing person, or it will be sent to the managing person. It can be anything. So we'll give the option in the drop down list. So the personnel who is arranging it, or when we automate the task, is can assign based on the role. Okay, so it can assign automatically. So and the department, okay, broad category, sales and marketing, okay, like that. There are as I said earlier, there are different departments, and the source, how the lead got into our product or into our service, or like all those things. So if we come from a social media or a physical manner like that. So as an example, LinkedIn webinar, he can be came from an LinkedIn ads or LinkedIn post, or when conducting an webinar, he got interested and joined our thing. Okay, so all those things. So and the interest area where he is most interested in. Okay, so what the thing he needs. Okay, so that's the specific needs. So CRM setup, okay, example data, CRM setup, we'll have the setup to it, and all those with these 4 things will have the drop down list. Okay, so and the next thing gonna be the status, which is in what is he a new customer, or is he a converted customer, or is he a loose customer. So all those things will be in the status, and we'll give give a drop down list option where there will be these option, new, converted, all those things, and we'll specify colors to them. Okay, so red and green. Okay, red means he's a long lost customer, green means he's a new customer, like that. Whatever we want, we can assign, and assign to. So to which team is if I'm assigning to if I'm assigning this lead to the sales team, or assigning to the marketing team, what I'm doing, like that. So we'll have it as an in this place, and date added. So when this lead has been generated, all those things will be in this manner, and it will be auto timestamp manner. Okay, so when that data is added, in that time will be registered in the data sheet. Okay, and lastly the notes, as we seen earlier, the context info, if they are in need of a specific need, or wants demo or free text. Okay, so like that, anything that they in need of in a specific manner, or extra notes will be added to it. Okay, notes will be in open text, so there is no need to worry about that, but all other data we need to construct in a specific manner. So all other application or all other tools can also make use of it. Okay, good evening, happy evening, Aladiji. Okay, doctor. So data structure for multiple role stops. So in what manner or in what structure we are going to have our data. Okay, so depending on the multiple roles. Okay, so when we take a business, there will be comes to 4 to 5 roles in a business management businesses or management roles. But when it comes to big business, there will be more roles, more separated roles there. So we need to separate it and structure the data based on the roles. Okay, so that's what we are going to do. So that's what I'm trying to say here. Instead of mixing unrelated roles in one messy table, okay, so having everything in one concentrated place, we're gonna have everything in a place in a segmented manner. Okay, so it will have all the data in a one place, but it will be segmented. Okay, like a filter. Okay, so that's what I'm trying to say here. So use one master sheet with a job role as the main filter. Okay, so depending on the job filter, we can select all the data. So when I click the sales data, there will be only sales data available there, and when I click the marketing data, there will be only marketing data available there. But all the data are in the same place. Okay, so that's the idea. So master sheet, and create filter views. Okay, as I said earlier, sales intern lead views, or marketing analyst views, growth manager views. So like that, there will be filters based on the roles of the jobs. Okay, so multiple job roles. So automation friendly setup. So we're gonna set create the master sheet, so we can use that master sheet in all the other applications like the CRM applications, HubSpot, Zapier, and make all those applications. So we are going to make use of it. We are going to create it in a manner so that we can use it in those applications. So use data validation. So data validation is the option where we can create the formula to select only the particular element we have registered. Okay, so when I use the data validation and given the input as sales role, job roles as sales, marketing, HR, management, or intern, like that, if I separate these options, the data can only select these options. Okay, so there will be no changes, no mistakes, or there will be no errors. So if the data can be changed, or it will be in a manner that it can be changed, the AI or the tools which will we use will get errors or will get problem. Okay, so that's why we are gonna create the data in this manner so that it can be easily accessible, okay, in all those applications. So we're going to use the data validation and color code statuses. So as I said earlier, when the status update, we'll see if you're a new person, it will be red, or yellow contacted, green converted. Okay, like that. Good evening, Pia. So timestamp fields where we'll add when the data is generated and added to the master sheet, like that. And the unique lead IDs will be in a unique format in a data so that it can be perceived in a easy manner. Okay, so let's see. Let me showcase you. Let's take a sheet and here I've created a lead sheet. Here you can see I have created a lead sheet. Okay, this is a normal example where we have all those data. Okay, so as we seen earlier, so there is there is the lead ID, which is going to be the main important source of our data, which will be unique to any personals, and there will be name, and there will be email ID of the personals, and there will be phone number of them, and the job roles. Here I try to do the data separation. So here only I have tried to do the data validation. Okay, so here I have tried to do the data validation. I'll just show you how to do those things. Let me just showcase you. Here you can see I've created. Let me just remove it. So these are all the things I have in my master sheet example table. So in the last, you are also gonna create a table. Okay, so department, source, where they came from, interest area, status, assigned to, region, data, notes, all those things. Okay, so like that, let's start from the job role. So here in the example we have we have some job roles. What are all the roles we have? Sales intern, marketing analyst, growth manager. We'll use all that. Okay, so we'll use all that to create the okay, so let's start. So there are three things, right? So first thing, select the the column where we want to make the change, and in the data select the data validation. Okay, so here the option will be available. Here we are going to add a rule. Okay, so see the processes so that you can understand basically. Okay, select the column, the top of the column. I have put the job role in the column, so I'm gonna select the column, and I'm gonna select the data. After selecting the E column, you can see the whole column has been selected, and I'm gonna take the data. Okay, select the data from the top and select the data validation. Okay, so here only we are going to apply the rule. Okay, as I said earlier, here we are going to apply the rule. So these are all the things which going to be available. Okay, okay, so what are all the things we need? So first will be let's say sales. Okay, the data has to be assigned to the sales personnel. And let's give it some color. And the second one which will be to the manager. And we'll assign unique number or unique, so let's make them, we don't have to. We'll give the unique color status to the statuses. Okay, and is there anything else we need to add? So let's go growth manager, marketing analyst. Let's also input that. Growth manager, marketing analyst. So these are the roles which going to be available. Okay, so when I click the drop down button, these are all the things which will be available, and I can select it. Okay, so this is how the data validation rules gonna work. But as you can see here, the job role, the first the name of the thing is also getting affected by it, so we're gonna change it. So I'm gonna change the number from E1. So this this row's number is E1, so I'm gonna change it to E2 so that it can be start from the second line of the second row. So I'm going to change it to E2. Okay, so you can see it will start from there. Okay, so now it got as a normal thing, and all those things will be added here. So you can see here. So from top to the bottom, how many we can we can assign it there. So we have all those options. We can even edit that, but these are all the only option will be available to the personals who want to enter the data. Okay, so it can only be accepted those values. So when we want to use those data in other CRMs or other applications, we won't be getting any others or all those things. Okay, so that's why we are using these types. So what we have to do is, for job role we assign this, for department we also have to assign these things, and for sources we have to make a data validation where we have to input all those sources of social media from to Instagram, Facebook, or anything, YouTube. So we have to make sure all those data will be added and the selection will be there. Okay, so here you also have to do something importantly, where in the data validation, when you're inputting all those data, you have to in the advanced option, and in the if the the data has to be selected, multiple data have to be selected, we can allow multiple selection. But if we want to if we want them to select a particular element, we don't have to make sure of it. And in the advanced option, you have to make sure that the input has to be reject the input. So if you don't make sure this thing is on, the personals can also input their own individual data. Okay, so that will make the errors and all those problems within it, so we don't need that. So make sure you do that, and for all these datas we have to do that. So why we gonna do these things is, so after doing that, this data is, we're gonna automate this data, right? So what will happen is, it will get into the job role option, and it will see what is the data represent that. So if the data is there as salesperson, and we'll automate the task. So if the in the job role of the lead there is salesperson mentioned or salesperson icon is clicked, the data has to be transferred to the salesperson's data sheet. Okay, so this particular data or all those datas where the salesperson is mentioned, the data will get transferred to them. Okay, or this particular data can be seen by them. Okay, so that's the ability of this master data sheet. Okay, so after that we'll automate to what will we do is, after this data has been generated, there will also be a notification sent to the particular personnel. Okay, so that's how we are gonna automate this. Okay, so let's say sales manager or marketing analyst, growth manager. Okay, and for all those things too, here in the status bar, so we are gonna color the status bar. Let me just showcase to you. So select the columns name and go to the data validation, and here I have created a rule. So let me just make sure. So let's clear and let's create a new rule. So I'm going to showcase it to you. Go to the data validation, create a rule. So here we're going to set it. Okay, so here I have represented all those things, new, status, and status is not needed, new, converted, contacted. As we done earlier, we changed the number to I2 so that it can be start from the second one. Okay, so the new thing what we see, so what color we can give for the new one, we'll give the red color. So we'll select the red color, and for the yellow will be for contacted and green will be for converted. So yellow will be for contacted, okay, so yellow will be for contacted, and the converted will be in the green color, right? So let's just make the green colors we like. Okay, so this will be the green color. Okay, so this is gonna be the particular element. So this is how you can set the rule. So if you want any new elements, you can just add another element, and as we done already, we have to reject the input from them, and we can also change all those display types to them. Okay, it can also be plain text, and we can select them. So we select it as you can see those things. Okay, so let's make it as arrow. So this is how we have to change all these things. Okay, all the data we have to do it in a particular manner. I've decided to do the job role and the status. The job role has been declined. Let me just see. Okay, done. Totally all those rules will be available in the data validation, so that we can see all the different rules of every column. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. So these are all the things we're going to do. Okay, we'll format this to the data validation and give it the only number rule. Okay, here we'll start it from D2 and we'll say the data has to be in a number format. Okay, has to be in a number format. Okay, so we have to change all those things. From lead ID we'll give it a unique lead ID format using these the formulas, and the name for the names we'll give the just only text. Okay, there can only be text in those formats. So that we can give it can be only contain name, and the format will be only words and only letters, and here the phone will be only numbers, and we can even add the the 91 our local directories, and for the email we'll just let it known be as the IDs can be .com, or many mail IDs can be entered as an input like that. So all those things will create in the data master sheet. And if the data is based on regions, if a business is upgraded and the data is based on assigned to regions, we'll base the data in the region, and in the next format we'll add the job role and region into a single format and convert it into a another column, so that the data can be segmented in a specific manner. Okay, okay, so the next thing is how this integrates into your lead op system. As I said earlier, we are going to integrate this data into an application. So let me showcase you the applications we are going to use. Okay, so we're going to use the Zapier application soon. I already showcased you the Zapier application. We're going to also use those to create an automated workflow and data. Here we'll automate the data table. Okay, we'll insert have the data inside this application too, but when it comes to other applications there are other abilities, so we're going to use those too. And interfaces, we can inside the application we can create the interface if we want application in a mobile format or in a desktop format like that. And chatbot has to be used, and Canva process we can use that to visualize our data in a specific manner. And next, let me just showcase you the make application, which also gonna be used. Okay, we're gonna also use the make application. You can easily use the application. This is the software, we can use it to create the automation and all those platforms. Okay, it will automate our tasks from our master sheet to the notification and all those in between tasks like CRMs and the all other things. And we are also gonna use the add table, which will be the creator. Everyone can log in using the Google account. So this is how the application is gonna be, and we can use the interface to input our data and automate the task and create the interfaces. Okay, so this is how we are going to do it. So everything will be inside the, and we'll input the task, so that and every logics will be built inside here. Okay, as we did here, the logic will be built inside here, so that the task will be in a smooth manner, and when a new data is generated, it can be accessed, and from the starting point from a form to the end point where the notification is sent, everything will be in a smooth process way. Okay, So we have to make sure that there will be in an understandable format to the tools. Okay, so that's what we'll do. So that's what I'm trying to show you. So the lead come from the type form. So if you are using the Google form or the type form or any other, we can also use the, as I said, showed now, the Airtable form. We can send anything and the data will be gathered. So next thing, this API adds to the master lead sheet. Okay, so we'll have a specific lead sheet as the master, and every data gathered will be sent to that. Okay, so that's the second thing. And the job role column, where that's the specific we are going to use to separate or segment the data. Okay, so job role column triggers assignment rule. Okay, the assignment rule is nothing but where accessing the job role, the AI tool will do, what will it do is it will assign the lead to particular segments. As I said earlier, it will be go to the sales or the marketing or any other department or any other sector. According to the job role, it will be separated or segmented. Okay, and the assigned person gets Slack, email, WhatsApp notification. Okay, after the data is separated, sent to the master sheet, it will give the notification to the sales personnel or marketing personnel that new data or new lead is generated. Okay, Airtable dashboard filters only their leads. Okay, so when they are or some we all also use the Airtable. So if you use the Airtable and if you want to specifically see the sales personnel so only data, we can see it specifically using the master lead sheet. Okay, so advanced regional and multi login setup, as I said earlier. So if you are the business field is in multiple nations or region is higher, so we can separate the data based on the region. Okay, using combining the job role and the regional wise, north, east, south, and all these things. So using that, so what we'll do is sales personnel north data, sales personnel south data, salesperson east data, salesperson west data, like that we'll separate the data based on combining the job roles on the regions. Okay, so if you have multiple regions or branches, that's what I'm trying to show you. So add a column north, south, east, west. I've already shown you in the example. I've added a regional column. So there will be region based filter views. So example master sheet which we are going to create. Try to create a type of master sheet which has all the necessary columns or all the necessary data for our business, which is mainly the lead ID and the name, email, phone, and to the notes. Okay, so try to do it. Okay, so take a note of it. So these are all the things which we need. Okay, so first basically try to create this thing simple in the Google Sheet and then create the data validation. Okay, so when it comes to a lead ID, do the unique thing. Okay, so I've already shown you in the live. So there is unique ID for it. I've shown you the code. Let me just show you again. Use this code to display it in the Google Sheet. So you can see the magic where it will be uniquely displayed. The lead ID will only be uniquely displayed. Okay, so try to do it. So next thing will be the name. Name will be in a format simple, the text or the format where the data inputted will only be in letters or words. Okay, try to do that data validation. And for the email, okay, just try to input it normally. And numbers, when it comes to numbers, just say the data the user input will be only in number format. Okay, so like that. And for job role, you have to do the drop down data validation, and same as the department, we have to do the drop down validation. Okay, and for the source, you have to add all those source in Instagram, Facebook, or any other media of marketed source. We have to add it there based on our business and have a particular drop down there, and interest area in what area the lead is interested, and all those things, and status of the lead. Okay, so have it in a colored format, the status of the lead, and assign to, that's the person's name, the working person's name, and based on the region. So if it get upgraded to the next level, I will add the region plus job role into a single column and have it as an individual data to segment all those data in a easy manner. Data added will be added naturally, and you can also use these codes which I shown here. Try to use these in the Google Sheets top bottom space where you can enter this formula so that you can see the magic. Okay, try to do it in a manner, so that every data added will get the time, exact time or exact date the data has been added. Okay, so it will automatically be generated. Okay, so this is a a demo data. Try to create it, and next thing what we'll do is we'll automate the data. So we'll input the data from a form so that it can be automatically get inputted in our master sheet. Okay, so we'll do that. So in the notes, as we seen earlier, it will be the notes of a personals. So that's the assignment for you. Okay, try to create a lead sheet. Okay, so try to create a lead sheet with some leads. Okay, create a filtered view. Okay, per role. Okay, create a filtered view so that when we assign, when we select the sales personnel, the sales personnel data will be showcased. Okay, so the things we seen today will be the built a structured yeah, you can also export data from other source. It can also be done. And how to enter data in Airtable. Okay, Airtable is also simple. We'll see it. We are going to use the Airtable to create the automation. So when we'll see it, we'll do how to enter the data or export the data from other source to the Airtable. We'll all see it later. And okay, so we've seen how to get a structured master lead data and a segment by job role and region, how to separate them and make use of it. So make it automation ready for Zapier and Airtable. So if we create data in this manner where we can select only particular elements of the data, we can make use of it. Okay, so we can make use of it in the automation process also. So it can be maintained clean, and the validation of the data will be also be in a easier manner. Okay, so these are all the things we seen today. So next thing, is there any doubts? So next thing, tomorrow we'll see the lead syncing strategies. Okay, application protocol interfaces and how to integrate the Google Sheets with it. Okay, as I said earlier, we'll integrate the Google Sheet, Google Form, Google Sheet to applications, and CRM integrations, how to integrate or connect it, all those things. Okay, and what are the strategies based on it. And day after tomorrow we'll do we'll do a project on for the 2 days, how to create these automation process. Okay, so those are the things we are going to do. So what about today? Is there any doubts? Just let me know. How to enter data in Zapier. Just let me showcase it to you here. So this is the Zapier's page where you can create your own automations. Okay, and for data you can create your own. Here you can see the option of create tables. So here it will give you the access for the table where you can input all your data. Okay, so that's where. Okay, so here you can say import data. If you have data in any other format like Excel sheet, CSV, any other, you can export it directly. It will direct you to the directory of yours, or you can create a blank table and give it a name and description and create table. It will create a blank table so that you can enter your data automatically. Okay, so let me just give you as an one. Okay, thank you, Professor. Thank you. Here you can see the data has been created, the table has been created. You can use this, you can use this to create in a way, whatever if you want a long table, you can use that. Whatever thing you need, you can create it. Okay, so this is how you can create a enter the data in the Zapier. Thank you, Dr. Pravita bhi. If you have any doubts, just let me know, or else you can leave. Thank you everyone.